Since the dawn of time, mankind has created and admired art. Back then we had Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo. Today in the modern era we have Kanetake Ebikawa, Hajime Katoki, Yutaka Izubuchi, and many others who have made Gundam a very aesthetic thing. Today I'm joined by a special guest, Mr. Kei Umeno, also known as Hey It's K, to talk about Gundam designs and determine what's good and what's trash. So without further ado, please welcome my guest.
Hey guys, my name is Kay, also known as Hey It's K on Facebook or YouTube. I don't do YouTube nowadays at the moment, but you guys know me on Facebook. I hope you're having a good day, and I'm kind of really excited to be here now with Nicole.
Woo! All right.
Woo!
All right. Let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna make a tier list. I classified the tier list into 6 categories. The highest category is masterpiece. It is the best of the best, the most tasteful of designs there are. The nice category will include designs that are universally accepted, but they don't really stand out enough to be considered a masterpiece. And then of course we have the underrated and overrated categories. The okay categories for those designs that look good, but they're not super good. Designs that you'd say are not hateable, but also not too likable. And of course, every tier list needs a trash category. Alright, so let's, without further ado, let's start. So we're gonna start with the granddaddy of all time, the RX-782 Gundam. For the granddaddy himself, I'm gonna put him in the nice category. I mean, yes, a lot of you might think, oh, Nichols, he's supposed to be a masterpiece. He's the first one. He started it all. But like, now that I think about it, I think while the RX-782 is a very timeless design, it still has the elements of a super robot. Like, it looks really colorful. It even has like this combiner aspect to it. Like, it was meant to be the first real robot. I'm not 100% sure if they were able to capture that, but I still think it's a very nice design and very timeless. I would personally put the RX-782 in the nice tier. I'm starting to think I'm wrong. What do you think? What do you think? Oh my god.
Me personally, I have a different opinion on it. So
okay. All right.
But I can see where you're going with this. So I'm more of like just interested in what you're trying to say.
Okay.
I see where you're looking, how you were seeing it.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good thing. Because of that, I will not change my opinion. Okay. All right. If I were to make a guess on what the first real robot mech was, I would guess Votoms. Like, I would guess Votoms would be like the first real robot. I'd say the granddaddy Gundam deserves the title of the granddaddy of Gundams, but not the granddaddy of real robots, which is a title that it has. I just don't see it as immediately coming across as the first real robot. So okay. Yeah. But it's a very timeless design. It's been redesigned so many times, and I think that's just a testament to how good the design is. Like the Verka, the G30, the G40th. That's, I think, the biggest factor that makes this a good design. How timeless it is, how flexible the design is. Like I said, it's been redesigned so many times. With that said, how about you, Kay? What do you think?
See, I was debating if I should put it on the nice category or on the masterpiece category.
So we had the same dilemma, because I also was thinking about putting it on the masterpiece category.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this particular case, we only need to put it under one category, right?
Yes.
So me personally, even though I was also seeing it the same way as you are, I'm going to put it on the masterpiece.
Woo! Okay.
Category. Woo! No, it's the way I was seeing it. You know, it was the first of its kind, right? We have to consider that this is the very first one, so it's hard to go all out on a design if it's the very first one. You know, they had to like release something as a base, then
okay, that makes sense.
right? And then just work on newer designs as time goes along. And we saw that. We saw homages from its predecessor design. You know, the very first time I saw the Ale Strike Gundam, I was like, man, this reminds me of the RX-782 and kind of has that Zeta vibes on it because of the black and red color on the backpack. So you kind of see bits and pieces of both Zeta and the RX-782 on that.
Okay,
So
yeah,
aside from that, a lot of the main units, you know, really looks like the RX-782, somewhat, not completely, but somewhat close to that. I think it's the festival colors that the thing has that kind of, you know, reminds you of that.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I'm more of like, I really like simple looking designs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like finicky designs, you know, like say Strike Freedom, Wing Zero.
I agree.
Yeah. What was
Well, I guess I have an idea of what K is gonna put in the trash tier later.
so Mecha Guy Codes had a term for like those simple looking units. It's like board and something. I kind of like those simple looking units where it's just the base suit with the rifle and the shield. Doesn't look too busy, straight to the point.
I don't like my mechs looking like a clusterfuck. I like coherence. It's not a matter of minimalism. It's more of a matter of coherence. Like I want the design to look consistent.
I like its simplicity. It's not too complex. It was really great back in the day, but comparing it to what we have now, of course, it's not gonna be as good, you know.
Yeah.
But back in the day, that was like mind blowing to people back in the day. So I can see that it's the first of its kind, you know.
You know, I'm actually tempted to change my mind about the RX-782. I'm tempted to put mine on the masterpiece. You know what? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna move mine up. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but then again, we can see why it could fall under the nice category because it doesn't have too much going on. It looks weak.
Yeah, well, I guess. Well, for me, the reason I put it on nice is it's for a different reason. Yeah, it's the stepping stone for all Gundams. It's probably the most iconic mecha design there is. Oh my god, some people are gonna hate me for saying this, but I think it looks more iconic than like Mazinger Z and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Oh, I just triggered
yeah.
some people here. I just triggered. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's better.
Okay. Now that I think about it, a while ago I mentioned that it doesn't look too much like a real robot. Like it doesn't look that militarist, which is why I compared it to Votoms a while ago. Yeah, but I will say this. It's a good transition from the super robot genre to the real robot genre because Japan, when they were making anime, of course, they started with the super robot genre. And then Tomino came up with the idea to make the real robot genre, which the RX-782 pioneered. I guess, yeah, it still is a masterpiece. Okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's do War in the Pocket. I think I want K to go first with this one.
I'm a little biased. I like the Alex's design. I can't consider it as a masterpiece, but I really like its design. Mm-hmm. It's still simple, you know. Added new forearm weaponry on the Gatling guns. Everybody loves Gatling guns. Gatling guns on the forearms, like what the fuck? Like yeah. I'll put it on the nice category. I like how the rifle too reminds me of the FAMA's rifle, bullpup rifle.
A bullpup.
So,
yeah. That does make sense. It is one of the more realistic rifle designs in Gundam.
It looks like an assault rifle, but it's a beam weapon, right? So yeah, I personally like its design, but there's so much better looking designs on top of the Alex. So I feel like the nice category would be right there where the Alex is.
I would put the Alex, you know, also at the nice category. It's a design where if you show it to me for the first time, I wouldn't be able to tell if this was designed by Kotoki or Izubuchi. What that makes me realize is that this design has the elements I love from both of these designers, who I both love. I love both Kotoki and Izubuchi. I think they are two of the best designers of all time. Katoki designed Endless Waltz stuff. Izubushi designed the new Gundam, the Sazabi. Yeah, Izubushi I think is like, he's up there. He's definitely up there.
Still can't believe though that Katoki was part of those Gundams in G Gundam. I was like,
oh yeah, he designed the grunts, right? Am I right?
yeah. I think he was drunk when he did those. I was like,
maybe they paid him a good amount. Like, yeah, so yeah, here's cash, just make the funniest designs you can think of. The most racist designs you can think of. Go ahead. Yeah, that's my take on the Alice Gundam. It just has like the best elements of who I think are two of the best designers of all time, even though it's just designed by one of them. Let's do Stardust Memory next. Oh, I know you, Kate. I know you. You love this stuff. You love this stuff. Okay.
It's in my...
I am going to put the 01 at the nice category.
I can see that.
Okay. It's a design that it just looks nice. You know, like there's not much to say about it. Like in either form, you know, the ground form, the space form. I'll be honest, as a kid, I didn't like it. I didn't like it too much. When I was a teenager, the first time I saw the FB, the GP01 FB, the space type, I thought it was too much. Like the backpack was too much, the legs were too thick, and then the ground type was something I did like, but at the same time it looked a little too plain for me. But like over time, both designs grew on me. Upon watching more Universal Century, upon actually watching the anime and seeing how detailed the GP01 is, because yeah, it's a very detailed Gundam. It's a very detailed design. Now with the 03, okay, I have a huge bias for this. I'm gonna put this on the masterpiece tier. It sort of pioneered the ass thrusters. Okay, the thrusters aren't really on it. It's from the side skirts, but like it looks like it's on the ass because it's really big.
The butt thrusters.
Yeah. If we consider the Dendrobium, it pioneered the mobile armor combining thing, right?
Right.
I mean, unless you consider the G armor from Mobile Suit Gundam, but like that's not really the same thing.
There's lots of follow-ups that was an homage to the Dendrobium.
Yeah, exactly. That's another factor that makes it a masterpiece. Not only is it a very good-looking design, but it's also, it pioneered a very popular concept. Without this, we wouldn't have the Meteor unit, we wouldn't have the GN arms. And I guess even the 00 Riser could be said. Let's go to K. What do you think?
I'll be switching it up. GP01 ground type would be, for me personally, would be on the masterpiece side.
Okay.
Now hear me out on this one, because this is just a personal opinion. Generally speaking, it's really, I don't think it's a masterpiece design. It's a super simple design. There's not much going on, right? So generally speaking, I would put it on the nice category. But since it's the series that kind of like started me in the Gundam franchise. You know, watched it when I was 8, blew my mind. Loved the GP01 ground type. Loved how it's kind of like an underdog in the whole series.
Oh yeah.
To find an elite pilot.
People love that.
Right. So I just love everything about the whole series that made me love the design so much. I just like that design. It's my most favorite Gundam, so I just have to put it up there.
Okay.
GP03, I like it too, right? Out of my display here is like 0083 stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I would put it on the nice category. I like the simplicity of it. I like the complex design on the backpack. Or not the backpack, the side ass thrusters that it has. I love the sub arms that's hidden within the forearm.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, it's a very gimmicky, it's a very unique Gundam. Like it had a lot of weird features that were very interesting at that time. Yeah.
right? And one of the things I like about the GPO3, and it kind of blew my mind too when I learned about it. It's like one of the few UC Gundams that doesn't have any Vulcans on its head.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
I actually did not know that.
yeah, no, if you look at his head, he doesn't have any Vulcans. So I was like, wait, what? Let me check that. So I was like, yeah, it really doesn't have any Vulcans. So I thought that was cool, even though it's lacking equipment. I was like, that is kind of cool though. Like his head kind of looks different because of the missing Vulcans there.
Yeah. It sets it apart.
Yeah. I love the simple shoulder armor.
Yeah, same.
I love the bulky legs on it. I like how the colors are more simpler. I mean, it still has the festival colors going on, but it has less red on it.
Yeah.
Which
it has
makes
more
it
blue.
has more blue, and I like colors that's more like two-tone versus that's the usual 3 festival colors. So that's what makes me like, say, the Alex or the GPO3 because of just it having 2 base colors instead of the usual 3. Yeah. So I'll put up this category. Plus, has it rides the GPO3 Dendrobium, makes it a lot more cooler.
Yeah. That also makes me wonder if it doesn't have Vulcans, like if it needs to just do a little bit of damage, what can it do? Is it just gonna punch?
See, in the games, he has 2 bazookas, and then his sub weapon would be the beam rifle. So yeah,
I guess it would be the beam rifle. Wow, having the beam rifle as your sub weapon. Oh my god.
Right. But see, it still depends though how people are seeing it. What's its main weapon? Is it the bazookas or the rifle? Most people would do the rifle because that's how main Gundams usually roll with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it as the beam rifle too, but it is what it is.
Okay, now we're gonna go to a series that I'm sure is a favorite to a lot of you. We are going to we're gonna go to Zeta Gundam, and we're gonna start with a Gundam Mark II.
Ooh.
Okay, this is gonna be really hard for me because I really like the Mark II.
Me too.
I really like the Mark II, like especially like when I was a teenager, when I was getting into Gundam. The Gundam Mark II was really up there for me. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in the masterpiece or the nice tier, but you know what? I'm gonna put mine on the nice tier. It's a modernized RX-782 done very well, but the reason why it's not in the masterpiece tier is because I don't think it's iconic enough. That's why I put mine on the nice tier. How about you, Kay?
I would put it on that same category.
Okay.
Colors wise, it's not festival colors. Very similar to Crossbone colors and New Gundam colors, where it's just off-white, black, red. That's it. Maybe some yellow. I would put it on the same category as how I put the Alex on, so it would be on the nice category. It also depends on what kit we're looking at here too, because I go by how I'm remembering the kit. There are some Mark II figures or kits there that's where the Mark II is actually fat.
Yeah, like the earlier ones, like the old high grade.
Right. The fixed figuration Gundam Mark II is hella weird, like it's fat and it's chunky. But then there's more like the recent ones where it's alright, it looks really good. So it just really depends on what design we're looking at here.
The real grade is the most modern looking Mark II we have right now. Okay, and now we're gonna go to one of the most iconic Gundam designs of all time. This is the Zeta Gundam. Now there are many mixed opinions about the Zeta Gundam. A lot of people love it, but some people think it's too weird. Some people think it's too unorthodox, too different. Oh my god, this is really hard for me. I'm gonna put this on the masterpiece tier because I think it's sort of what pioneered the weirder Gundam designs.
I can see that.
Yeah, like it doesn't have the face vents, the way it's shaped, because like most Gundams would have like a more human-like shape. The Zeta looks more blocky. It looks more armored than most Gundams, and I think I'm very thankful that it pioneered that design approach. So yeah, I would put the Zeta on the masterpiece, but I would say this is borderline nice. This was like a really hard decision for me to make.
I would put it on the overrated category.
Okay, I understand that.
Don't get me wrong though, I think the design is nice. I can see why a lot of people like it, and that's also the reason why I'm putting it on the overrated category. A lot of people like it too much, but I'm trying to understand why people like it, because I feel like it's an odd design. But eventually I learned to like appreciate it. The Zeta as it is, I don't like it, but I like the designs or the homages from that design.
Oh, like the Rigi Z, the Rizal.
The Rizal, the Lightning Zeta.
Oh, okay.
And also the new Build Fighters kit that's based from like the Bawu and the Zeta kit back.
Oh yeah, the Lindworm. The Gundam Lindworm. I actually pre-ordered that. Like, I really like that design.
But at the same time, it really depends. Like, I like Naoki's redesign of the Zeta.
Oh yeah.
I like Katoki's artwork of the Zeta. So it just really depends on who's gonna approach it. But if we're just talking about the original one, a lot of people like it. I can see why people like it. I personally don't like it, so I feel like it's gonna be on the overrated category for me.
Okay, all right. Even though I put the Zeta on the masterpiece tier, there are still some things I don't like about the design. Like, first of all, that is one weird shield. Like, is that shield gonna cover anything? Like we all know that shield is just there for the nose cone. Like, it's just there for the transformation. But like, come on, is that really gonna shield you from anything?
Right.
Hey guys, it's Nichols from the future, and I just want to add that the Zeta shield can be useful as a lethal weapon. Now, back to the video.
The Delta Plus, was it the Delta Plus' shield is like a lot weirder because it's a lot skinnier too.
Yeah. Even though something is on the masterpiece tier, that doesn't mean it's perfect. No such thing as a perfect design.
I agree.
Next, I'm not gonna say it's very popular, but it's a design that has a lot of mixed opinions about it. This is the ZZ Gundam. I'm gonna put the ZZ Gundam at the okay tier.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is what I observed with the Gundam fan base. They don't like the ZZ that much, but they love the Phaz.
See, that's how I was looking at it too. I'm already having the same opinion as you.
In the end of the day, the way how I see ZZ is like they just tried to redesign the Zeta. They just want to make a different Zeta. For me, it definitely does not look better than the Zeta, but I guess it looks more powerful. You can say it does look more powerful than the Zeta, so I guess yeah, that's one thing. The fact that people like the Phaz more than the ZZ makes me have the impression that the ZZ is like an incomplete design. I mean, it's probably not an incomplete design, but
kind of gives off that vibe.
Yeah. It looks lacking, I guess. It leaves more to be desired.
Kind of like the RX-7A too. Like, feels like it's lacking something.
Yeah.
But can't pinpoint
that
exact. We're looking at it.
Yeah. How about you, Kay? What do you think about the ZZ Gundam?
I'm on the same boat. It's gonna be on the okay category. I don't like the festival colors too much. That's why I like the full armor double Zeta version. I like the
gray.
The more the one on the series. The
one in the series. All right.
Yeah, I like the added blue. It has more blue than red. I like the enhanced backpack added to it.
Oh yeah.
If I'm just gonna focus on just the double Zeta, I would put it on the okay category. But if we're talking about the full armor double Zeta with the enhanced backpack, then I would put it on the nice category.
I actually fully agree with that. Okay. Okay, so Kay pointed out we accidentally skipped 8th MS team. I'm very sorry about that. That was my bad. Now that he mentioned it, let's move on to the 8th MS team. I'm gonna put the Ground Gundam on the okay tier. It's a design that everyone likes. No one hates it, no one loves it too much. Well, based on what I've observed, the designer did his job. What would a basic military Gundam look like. And there, that's what it is. That's what the ground Gundam is, basically. It did its job. And there, that's basically what it is to me. It's a design that did its job.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the same boat. Like, I love it. I love the ground types. You know, there's a lot of units that followed
Oh yeah.
after that design. You know, you got the Blue Destiny
Yeah.
units. There's just a lot of like similar units that followed after that.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like the military aspect of it, or the whole setting of the plot, kind of complemented the whole design of it.
Yeah.
So that's why people love it, because of the militaristic feel that it has. So, but then again, I don't think it can compete with the chart we have up there.
Yeah.
So we'll put it on the okay. Like, he's on that safer.
Yeah.
In the middle ground.
And of course, what follows the ground Gundam is the EZ-8. Generally, the EZ-8 is disliked. People think like, oh no, dude, that doesn't look like a Gundam. But there's also like the small group of people, like the small fan base of the EZ-8. Like the EZ-8 has its small fan club. And I can see why they like the EZ-8. It's a tank turned into a Gundam. This is really hard for me. I personally am not a big fan of the EZ-8. Okay, I understand it's like a tank turned into a Gundam, but there are just so many better ways you can do it. I'd argue the chest of the ground Gundam looks more like a tank than the one of the EZ-8. I'm gonna put mine on the okay tier, but that doesn't mean it's on the same level as the ground Gundam. I still think the ground Gundam looks way better than the EZ-8.
I agree.
Yeah. I just don't want to put the EZ-8 on the trash section because I think it's still tasteful. Like, it's not a design that they just pulled out of their ass.
I think it's not as good as the ground Gundam. I can't say it's a trash design. See, I like Gundams that doesn't look like Gundams. I like how it sets it apart by not having any V-fins. I agree there's not a lot of people that likes it just because it looks weird. So I feel like it's me personally, I think it's an underrated design.
Underrated, okay. Yeah, I was kind of bordering on that also. Like, I was also thinking about putting it on the underrated for me. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like it that much, but I think it deserves more love than against.
It looks very cool though when he was fighting the Go.
Oh yeah. It's definitely diorama material.
How it performed is what made me like it more, design-wise. So a lot of the OVA actually helped me like or appreciate that design. But
Okay.
first time I saw it, I was like, "Wait, is this a Gundam? Like, it doesn't have the standard Gundam look." I started to appreciate it because it just stands out, makes it unique.
Yeah. Like it's something that I'm glad it exists, I guess. Okay, now we're gonna move to the Gundam series that we don't.
Char's counterattack.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, Char's counterattack is like, it's kind of a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer. Like, it's either a masterpiece or a nice for me.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there. Okay, some people might say it's overrated. Some people might say that, but not for me. Like, I really like the new Gundam. The new Gundam for me is a masterpiece. Okay.
Let's talk about new and high new as one.
Okay. Well, yeah.
We did the EZ-8 and the ground Gundam.
Yeah, actually, I didn't include the Hainu here because the Hainu is a manga or novel. Yeah. It's a non-anime design. I would actually just put the Hainu Gundam for me personally on the nice category. Like, I still think the new Gundam looks better, which I'm sure a lot of people would disagree with me. I know a lot of people prefer the Hainu over the new. Why I really like the new, I just love its proportions so much. It's so slender, but so muscular at the same time. I think it's the Gundam that does muscular the best. It's the perfect balance between muscular and slender, to me. The fin funnels are also a good touch. The fin funnels make the new Gundam look very unique and very iconic, but what I love most about it, like I said, is the proportion. Have you seen Obari's drawings of the new Gundam?
Have you seen the Obari art style of new Gundam? That was super nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Just speaking of which, there's a kid, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but someone did a custom new Gundam based off of that fan art.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's cool. And like, I believe Aubrey made official art for the new Gundam. There was an official Aubrey art that was included, I think, in the DVD of Char's Counterattack. Yeah, so yeah, for me, that's even more of a testament of how good the new Gundam design is. When I saw that Aubrey art of new Gundam for the first time, it didn't look too different for me. It was just the new Gundam drawn in that style. It didn't look too different. Oh, by the way, I want to mention that the guy who designed New Gundam also designed Sazabi and the Alex Gundam. And he also, if you're a Kamen Rider fan, he also designed, I believe, monsters in Kamen Rider Agito. Yutake Izubuchi. Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's a trivia for you guys who are Rider fans also. Are you also putting New Gundam on the Masterpiece tier?
Yes, sir. Little fun fact. You know, when I first learned about the new Gundam, that was like, when I was like 11 or 12 years old.
I think I was around the same age also when I found out about the new Gundam. I was a kid. Yeah.
There was a PlayStation 1 game called Char's Counterattack.
Ooh.
And so prior to that was Battle Assault, which a lot of older people like me played back in the day.
Okay.
At first it threw me off. Like, why the fuck does it only have one wing on one side? So I was like, where's the other one? Like, I thought it was a wing at first. But then I thought, like, it's those thingies, you know. That was when I was a kid. And then I started appreciating it more because when I played Char's Counterattack, I was like, oh, it becomes a shield thing. And then it attacks, you know.
Yeah.
Attacks. So, yeah, a lot of it made me appreciate it more. And then when I watched the film, that's when I learned how certain things function. His rifle, I thought, was just a regular rifle, but then it's like a burst, you know, beam rifle that's kind of.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. I really like what I really like about it is it's such a big unit. Even the real grade, you know, it's really impressively big.
Yeah.
I like the colors because it's also following that two color schemes where it's just black, right? So that's what made me like it. So I'll put it on the Masterpiece side too.
Agreed.
If New Gundam though is painted in New Gundam colors, that would be my perfect New Gundam.
Wait, what? High New Gundam in new colors.
New colors, yeah. Instead of like blue and white. It's black and white.
You remember the Gunpla Builders Beginning G anime? They had a High New colored in New Gundam
that
colors.
one's like black, yellow, and
yeah.
That was okay.
That was okay. But is that how you do it or no?
Nah, I would approach it differently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Masterpiece would be where the New Gundam is.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, really. It's just such a good design. Like for people who like simple things and people who like detailed things, the New Gundam meets both those requirements. Like, it looks simple, but it also looks very detailed. So, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna do F91.
Ooh.
Crossbone is not here because as much as possible I didn't want to include the manga mobile suits. I included Endless Waltz here because why not? I mean, well, why not? Crossbone is not here, but I would put Crossbone on the nice tier for me here. How about you?
Yeah.
Nice tier. Yeah. Okay, so now we have the F91. I would personally put the F91 on the underrated tier. It's a Gundam that, you know, people love it, people like it, but I noticed people only like it as a kit. They don't really appreciate it as a design in itself. What I like about the F91, it looks fast. Okay, F91, that sounds like the name of a car, right? It lives up to that name to me because that design, it looks like something that can move really fast. It fits its name so well. Some people might argue it looks plain, but I love how it has those fins on its shoulders. I really like that. That's a really good touch. And a lot of people would also complain about its alternate face. It looks really weird, which I understand. It looks really weird. It's probably the weirdest Gundam face ever, if we're being honest here. But like, I mean, I can disregard that. I can brush it off, honestly. I think people like it for the wrong reasons. I mean, not really the wrong reasons. There's no wrong reason to like something, but like people kind of sleep on the fact that this is a design that's also more than just a kit, you know? Well, that's how I see it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, how about you, Kay? What do you think?
See, me, I would put it on the nice category.
Okay.
F91, there's so many mecha designers that already redesigned it. I mean, Katoki has his own version of it. When he made the Gundam fixed figuration line almost a decade ago, he made his own version of the F91, which I bought back in the day.
Okay.
It was based off of his art of the F91, which was really looking good. It made you appreciate the F91 because it's a step up from the original design-wise. Katoki's, I think, artwork is always better than most mecha. Naoki's redesign of the F91 is also super nice. These two guys made me appreciate F91 more.
Mm-hmm.
For talking about the original one, I don't like it. I started to appreciate it when I've watched the movie. I think the movie was pretty boring.
Really? I actually enjoyed the movie. I don't know. Like I really liked it.
It's one of those things where you watch it, you try to understand what's going on, but it's too fast-paced because they had to like...
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if this is true, but I think F91 was supposed to be a series.
It is.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. And then, I don't know what happened. Maybe they only had the budget for a movie or something.
So I feel like if we get the series now and get redesigns of the F91 suits, then it would attract more people.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like more people would probably like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm basing my likeness of the F91 on Naoki's version and Katoki's version. So that's why I'm putting it on the nice category. So people should check that out. You guys should see how Naoki redesigned the F91 and how Katoki designed it. Super nice.
Basically, my opinion and Kay's opinion on the F91 are kind of similar. Like, Kay also mentioned that, what made him like the design were the toys, the redesigns of it. He also mentioned that more people might like it if Bandai makes a series out of it.
Right? I mean, that's kind of like how the Kasi Gundam and the Penelope are being liked by new people now.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, now going to Victory Gundam.
Ooh.
For the Victory Gundam, I would like Kay to start.
I would put that on the masterpiece.
Oh wow, that was unexpected.
Such a simple look. The Verka made me like it even more with all the added decals and improved proportions of the Victory Gundam. So that's why I'm putting it on the masterpiece section. I just really love the simple and clean look of it. V2 Assault is up there too. I love the V2 Assault as a V2 Assault buster. So really finicky. I'm not really into finicky ones, but I just love how it's busy looking, but at the same time the way they approached it. Me personally, I think it's nicely done.
Yeah, I also think it's nicely done. I believe this was a Katoki design. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was. For the Victory 1, it looks good. It looks good, but it's not something I appreciate too much. Like it's just okay for me. It's just okay.
No worries. I can see that.
Yeah, but the V2 on the other hand, I think is a masterpiece. Like Kay said, the Assault Buster, it's one of those excessive designs, but it's very well done. It still looks very coherent.
Master Grade looks nice too.
Oh yeah, damn, very, very nice indeed. This point of the video marks the start of the alternate timelines.
Ooh.
Okay, we're gonna start with G Gundam. A lot of people are gonna argue against me, but I think the Shining Gundam is underrated. Okay.
Oh, I agree with you, sir.
Yeah. People would say that the God Gundam is the better one, but I think the Shining Gundam has some parts that look better than the God Gundam. First of all, the Shining Gundam has a very unique head, especially like in super mode. It looks really cool. People are sleeping on this. A lot of people I know, like, they don't care about the Shining Gundam. They just want the God Gundam, which I can see. The God Gundam, it's a very likable design. For me, the God Gundam is something I would put on the nice category, but the thing is, it's also kind of overrated to me because I think it gets a little too much love. I think the Shining Gundam deserves a little bit more love. So yeah, if we're weighing between those two, God Gundam is nice, but it's also a little overrated. How about you?
I'm on that same boat. Shining Gundam will be on the underrated category, while the God Gundam will be on the overrated one. I love how Shining Gundam, or I guess Domon, had to represent Japan, right?
Yeah,
And Shining Gundam,
It looks very Japanese.
very Japanese.
Yeah,
right?
it does. It does. I agree.
In super mode, he looks like a samurai.
The shoulders look very samurai too.
Right. Exactly. So
Yeah.
Shining Gundam reminds me of a samurai armor, especially when he's doing that shining finger sword. Oh my god, looks really good. I love the simplistic look of the Shining Gundam. This is just my personal opinion. I feel like the Shining Gundam is better design-wise than the Gundam.
Okay,
But-
I agree with that. I would like to actually change my verdict on the God Gundam. I think I agree with you on that. It's overrated. The thing is, the God Gundam, it's a very good design, but it's, for one thing, it's too easy to like. They just wanted to bring out a nice looking Gundam, and it doesn't look as thematic as the Shining Gundam.
With the God Gundam, there's nothing Japanesey about it. It's supposed to like represent its country stereotypically,
Yeah.
but nothing about it screams Japan. What does it have aesthetically that kind of reminds you of
Yeah.
someone from?
Yeah, that's true. It's just a very good looking Gundam, but like, yeah, it doesn't beat the Shining Gundam in terms of how thematic it is.
RG Gundam. It's really good though.
Yeah,
RG.
it looks amazing. G Gundam fans waited forever for this. The high-res kit was just a little too much.
Right?
Yeah. Now we're gonna go to another very popular Gundam series. We're going to Gundam Wing. A lot of people, I know, they hate the show, but they love the robots. Yeah,
I can see that.
That seems to be the common opinion about Gundam Wing. In the list, we have Wing Gundam, Wing Gundam Endless Waltz, Wing Zero, and Wing Zero Endless Waltz. So we have 4 wings here. I'd say we just do them all together.
Okay. I would put it on overrated.
Oh wait, this is the Wing TV.
Yeah, Wing TV. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll put it on the okay design.
Wing TV. Okay.
Yeah, the Wing Gun, just the Wing Gundam. I personally like the Wing Gundam variant over everything, over its successors.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the simplistic look of it. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but it's one of those things I appreciate, but not something I would like to have on my shelf. I feel like the other variants are finicky, and the rifle is just too much for me. It reminds me of Goku's Kamehameha when it fires, but I can see why people like it.
Yeah.
And it's likable design. I can't change that. It's a really like design. A lot of the units in the Wing series are really likable.
So like everything else for you, what category?
It would be overrated.
All of them. Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
I think the reason why it's overrated is because a lot of people grew up with it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially
And-
in the US and in the Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gundam Wing was very big in both the US and the Philippines.
If it's a design that introduced them to what they love now, then that would be their top one. Kind of like how the GP01 is my top one most favorite gun.
Yeah.
It's just,
Okay.
it's just that started the hobby.
I would put the wing, just the TV wing, actually at the nice category. Because I think it's a very well done design, very balanced. And I like the shield. The shield, I think one of the coolest looking shields.
That's it folds and then you get the beam.
Yeah. I think Wing EW would also be on the nice. It's a very good redesign for me. Like I don't know, it just looks so good.
It is.
However, I agree with you that both Wing Zeros are kind of on the lower tiers. I would put the Wing Zero TV on the okay tier, and I would put the Wing Zero Custom on the overrated tier. Yeah, I mean, I get the Wing Zero Custom. People love it because it looks beautiful. But like, come on, this is a real robot. Why would you put angel wings on a real robot? It's so weird.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, I get it. It's a elegant looking unit.
I understand. It does look very aesthetic, and as a kit, it has very good shelf presence. If you want a kit with excellent shelf presence, go get the Master Grade Verka Wing Zero Custom.
Snow White Prelude is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I hate that. If the Snow White was here, I would put that on the trash tier. Like legit,
I agree.
trash
I agree.
tier.
It's like they ran out of ideas. Like, just throw fucking weapons in there. Sell it.
Yeah. Like, it's so stupid. And like, they didn't even change the Wing Zero. They just recolored it and gave it new weapons. Like, so fucking lazy, man.
I saw a Wing Gundam chart where the Wing Zero apparently has more than 5 color schemes.
Oh yeah, I
it.
saw that. Yeah, like there was the early design and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found that interesting. I thought it only had like maybe 4. I didn't know it had more than 4 colors.
I guess Katoki was bored one time, so he played around with Photoshop. I wonder what this would look like. That looks pretty good. I'll submit this to Bandai. Why not?
Right.
We're done with Wing. Let's go to X.
Ooh.
Yeah, X. For me, the Gundam X is a very safe design. I'll put him into nice. Why not? It's very clean, and it looks. I love its shoulders actually. They go very well with the rest of the design, and the backpack looks very nice. Like the satellite cannon, like just resting there. It looks so good. The Gundam X is a nice design. It's very clean, it's very coherent. The backpack looks very good on it. As for the Double X, I will say it's a very good looking design, but the first time I saw it, I loved it, but for the wrong reasons. The first time I saw it, I loved it because it was just so much. But then I realized that so much is not a good thing. Yeah, like if you build a Double X kit, it comes with a lot of accessories. Like especially like the older X kits, like the old high grade.
I used to have the 1/100
Yeah.
sheet
Yeah.
of the Double X.
It has a lot of accessories, like a lot. Like it has like a mace-like weapon.
Had
It
a
has-
lance too. Kind of had that lance weapon thing.
It had a lot of weapons, and overall, I think the Double X is just. It looks so powerful. It looks like it's too much for me. But I still love it. Like, I have the Master Grade. It's still a very good looking design. But I would put it at the okay tier.
I love Gundam X, like the series as it is.
Yeah. It's great.
But I feel like the fan base is just not as much as most series here that we're talking about.
I believe that's because it had a bad time slot. Although I realize more people are liking them. More people are getting into Gundam X because, well, Gundam in general is more popular now. Yeah, of course, people would want to explore more Gundam series, and as a result, more and more people are getting into Gundam X. And like, based on what I can see, people like the X design, I think. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like you were saying.
I would put Gundam X and Gundam Double X in the underrated category. I feel like
Yeah.
the designs are really good. I personally like the Gundam X Divider and the Gundam X. Such a simple design. Like it's up there with being finicky, but at the same time it's done really neatly.
Yeah, I agree.
Love the two-tone colors of the Double X, black and white with some yellow. But not a lot of people like Gundam X, or more like, I guess they haven't seen Gundam X.
Yeah.
So it's hard to appreciate something if you're not really
if you haven't
watched the
experienced.
series. Right. So people who have seen the series would appreciate it more. So I feel like it's down there with being underrated. It's a good design. Not a lot of people like it though,
Yeah.
because they haven't seen the series or something.
I will point out though, like one thing I really like about the Double X is the head. It has like those fins under the head, like on the bottom, the lower part of the head. It gives this X impression. I really like that. That looks really cool to me.
I just love Gundam X and Double X, and then the Double X with the G Falcon attached to it.
Oh no, that's a little too much for me, but
I love it.
that's a little too much for me. But I guess some people like that. That's cool.
I rarely like AU or alternate universe Gundams, but I really liked how they approach Gundam X. I love all the units in Gundam X.
All right, so yeah, let's move on to the next one. We're not forgetting anything, are we?
I don't think so. We're on the right track.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do one of my favorites and also one of the most highly debated designs ever. This is the Turn A Gundam.
Ooh.
Okay, I honestly think this is a masterpiece. People are gonna think like, oh, yo, Nichols, what are you saying, man? It looks so weird. Why are you putting it on the masterpiece? Well, first of all, the details look so good. It really looks like an ancient space robot, like a mysterious space robot. And like, I love the legs. I'd say those legs are some of the best legs I've seen on a Gundam. I remember playing Gundam Breaker before, like on my friend's PS4, I think. The custom design I made, it was mostly a new Gundam, but it had the legs of the Turn A. And it looked really good to me. Like some of the best legs you'd see on a Gundam. And if you built the Master Grade, you'd appreciate it even more because it has like this unique articulation. to it, like the leg. Its calf has its own articulation, if I remember correctly. I really like the tournay. It's so slender. It looks weird, yeah, but like I think it's just so well done. And seeing it in action, if you watch the opening, you see it like going, like moving around. How slender it looks really helps make it look more actiony. Really makes it look more dynamic. I remember there's this art of the tournay like sort of running in space, flying with like a pose that looks like it's running. It looks so good because, yeah, of how slender it is. It really brings out the appeal of that pose. Yeah, that's what I think about the tournay. It's a masterpiece, but it's also at the same time underrated. I put the tournay Gundam on the masterpiece. Yeah, that's what I have to say about it. How about you, Kay?
So people might judge me on this, but hear me out.
Okay. We respect opinions here. It's fine.
Alright. We're all gentlemen here. I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the tourney. I love how powerful that thing is. I love the kits of it, but I think the design looks weird to me, so I would put it on the trash category. Design-wise.
Oh my god! Oh no!
I still like the, but the design grows on you, right? As it is, it's one of those things that not people are gonna like, in my opinion, because it just looks really weird, has that weird mustache, but it just grows on you. Like the more, if you watch the series, you're gonna like it even more. Design wise, I like the Turn A Shin more. Like the kit.
Okay, yeah. I'd say the Turn A Shin would be like the perfected Turn A.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's very preferential.
Yeah, it still is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the Turn A Shin more than the original Turn A. But I'm not a fan of the design. It grew on me. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. It's an acquired taste.
Compared, like, first time you see Wing Gun, I'm like, oh shit, this is really cool. And then first time you see the Turn A Gun, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this looks really weird. But the more you watch it, like, the more you just marinate with that design, and then it just grows on you till you start buying merchandise from Turn A Gundam, But I just don't like the design. It grows on you at first, so I'm just thinking outside the box here. Like, as it is, I don't like it, but it grows on you.
If we were to put the Shin here, the Turn A Shin, where would you put that?
I would put it on the nice category.
Okay, yeah, I agree. We're done with Turn A. We're done with one of the most controversial questions of all time. It's so funny how Kay and I saw it with completely opposite views.
Like night and day, right?
Yeah, night and day. I can see why people wouldn't like the Turn A. That's completely fine. Okay, now we're gonna go to what I think will be a series that's gonna be easy for some to judge, but hard for some others. This is Gundam Seed.
Okay.
Yeah, Gundam Seed. For me, this Strike Gundam is... I'm gonna put it on the okay tier. Now, as a kid, I loved the Strike Gundam. If Kid me rated the Strike Gundam, that would be probably on the nice tier or the masterpiece tier. Because, yeah, like I said, it's such a good homage to the RX-78 too. But then, over time, I realized that there are other designs that did that better. I would argue the Age 1 is a better redesign of the RX-78 too. Like, or like, in a way, at least, in a way. Yeah, that's why I put it on the okay tier. And a part of me thinks it's overrated because a lot of people love the Strike Gundam, but at the same time I can't blame them for that, so I'm not gonna put it on the overrated tier. Rather, I'm gonna put it on the okay tier.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, Kay?
It would fall on the same aspect as Gundam Wing is, where all the units in that show look really nice, but then the show itself is kind of like
yeah.
Right.
It's a Gundam show for teenagers and girls. It's funny, like whenever I ask a girl if she watched Gundam, it's always Gundam Seed. Like it's always Wing or Seed. Like yeah.
But the Ale Strike, I like I mentioned it before. I really like simple looking units. So Ale Strike is one of my, I guess, favorite. Actually, it's my most favorite unit from the Seed franchise, as it is that and the Force Impulse. Ale Strike would be on the nice category. I like the
Okay.
homage
Alright.
to
Yeah.
782. The backpack really reminds me of the backpack of the Zeta Gundam, so I feel like it's an
Oh,
homage
okay.
on both.
Yeah. I also loved the different backpacks that the Ale had, the Ale Strike had. Like they weren't too much. I mean, yeah, the different backpacks the Strike had, they weren't too much. Like I'd say in Destiny, like remember the Zaku packs? For me, those were too much. The Blaze pack, I think it was called. Those were too much. But like the packs that the Strike had were very well done. I would say, yeah. Honestly, I had a hard time deciding whether it was nice or okay. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad design, and it's still definitely one of the better designs and one of the more iconic designs out there. My personal favorite pack would be the sword pack.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's because I believe. Remember when they introduced the anti-ship sword? I was blown away. That was like, for me, that was so cool. That was like, it's a physical sword, but it's also a beam sword at the same time. That was so cool to me. If the sword strike for me had its own tier, I guess I'd put it on the nice tier. Yeah. You want to talk about the freedom?
Straightforward. That's overrated for me.
Yeah.
I can see why people like it. You know, it has a lot of fan base, but I don't like finicky units. I don't like overpowered units.
Okay.
So that would be overrated for me, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. So we're not gonna talk about Strike Freedom.
No, we are gonna talk about Strike Freedom. We are, and actually, yeah. Now that we're here, go. What can you say about the Strike Freedom?
I like Freedom better than the Strike Freedom.
I'm guessing the Strike Freedom is overrated to you.
Strike Freedom is overrated for me. I would say Freedom for me is okay. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Freedom is okay for you.
Freedom is okay for me.
Okay.
Strike Freedom, too finicky for my taste.
Okay, here's what I don't like about the Strike Freedom.
I like the combining rifle idea though. That was pretty cool.
Oh, really? You like that? I actually okay.
Wait, that's Freedom. That's Freedom.
No, that's Strike Freedom. The combining
Oh, that's right.
Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I really don't like the way his guns look. They look like toy guns to me.
That
About the
remind me of
combining
that,
rifle, I think
What
I
was
like the concept, but like the fact that I don't like the guns to begin with, just all the more makes me not like the combined look, because I don't like the guns to begin with. They look like toy guns to me.
I think it's because they added so much colors on the rifle. So there's white and then there's blue
And
trim.
there's
on the
red
rifle.
also.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
colorful
look
guns.
more- If they maybe approached it like how the F91's rifle is, where it's just gray and white, then it could have been a simpler looking beam rifle.
Yeah, I agree. As for me, I would put Freedom on the okay, and I would put Strike Freedom. Actually, we have the same verdict. Strike Freedom overrated. We have the exact same verdict on that. Okay, now that we're done with Kira's mobile suits, let's talk about Shin Asuka. Let's talk about the Force Impulse. I guess I'll go first with this one. I have a feeling Kay has a bias on Force Impulse. So I have a feeling he has a bias there, so I'll go first.
Okay.
I think the Force Impulse is actually just okay. Like, I mean, it's a very good looking mobile suit. First time I saw the Force Impulse, it looked like it didn't belong to Seed. Like, it looked too classic. It looked more classic than the Strike to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, it has like the letter V on his chest. That looked very classic to me. That looked very classic UC to me. I wasn't sure if it lived up to what it was trying to be. Like, it was trying to be like a more modern Strike.
I'm surprised it never came with a perfect pack.
Oh, I think that's because the Destiny is a thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a Force Impulse with like a perfect pack.
Okay. Now we're gonna talk about the Destiny. People are gonna hate me for this. People are gonna hate me for putting the Destiny above the Impulse, because I personally really like the Destiny, like the clown face. I really like that. That's so fucking cool to me. That is so cool to me. Like that menacing clown face it has, and it has that perfect Strike concept, but in a more simplified form, which I like. People love it, but I know most people think the Impulse is still better. Which is why I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for putting the Destiny above the Impulse. How about you, Kay? What do you think about Shin Asuka's mobile suits?
I like Force Impulse, just the simplicity of it. I'd put it on the nice category.
Okay.
I like the Destiny Gundam more than the Strike Freedom Gundam. I like the demonic face it has. I think the wing design, me personally, I think it's better than the Strike Freedoms. I just like it better. But yeah, I would put both on nice.
Okay.
On the category.
Okay. Yeah, that's I guess the safest way to grade both mobile suits. Yeah, the Force Impulse is honestly like still a very nice mobile suit.
I still don't get boomerang things though on the side, like.
I believe those also can be used as beam sabers if you wanted to. So yeah, that's something.
It kind of complements his shoulders too.
We're done with Seed, and that just means we're gonna go to Gundam 00. A lot of the designs here are no-brainers, really.
Yeah, I'm hoping you and I have the same answer too.
Yeah, Exia, if you're a close friend of mine watching this video, you know Exia is my favorite design of all time. Masterpiece, no-brainer. Here's why. Here's why. Apart from it looking very good, I really like how it incorporates the orbs, like the circular orbs around the design. And for me, it's like the perfect balance between blocky and curvy. It looks curvy, but it also has like these blocky aspects to it, cornered aspects to it. Yeah, that's what I really like about the Exia. It makes good use of curves and straight lines together. Like it's a perfect marriage between curves and straight lines. I just love that so much about it. Yeah, with that being said, I put mine on the masterpiece. For 00 Gundam 00 Riser, I would say it's just nice. Like it's a very nice design, but like I wouldn't call it a masterpiece. I still think the Exia is a better design. For Quanta, I would actually just put it on okay. The first time I saw Quanta, okay, for me Quanta is an acquired taste design. The first time I saw it, I was a little underwhelmed. Do you remember the earlier design of the Quanta? It was just two colors. It was just white and blue.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was underwhelmed. When I saw the redesign, I liked it a bit better, but it still doesn't look as nice as the 00 Riser. But then it grew over time because I realized what they were trying to do. I realized that the Quanta, they were trying to combine elements of the Exia with the 00. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a 00, but it has the shield and sword setup, which the Exia had. It has the chest orb, which the Exia had. So yeah, I can see what they were doing with it. That's what I can say about Setsuna FCA's Gundams. How about you, Kay?
I'm on the same boat. Exia is a masterpiece. I like the slickness of the units. I like how intimidating it looks, especially like when you're watching season 1 where, you know, Celestial Being is just very, you know, intimidating. They don't know how to fight them because they're just way too advanced.
Yeah,
you know, for
yeah.
like, you know, till they stole, you know, the gen drives. You know, plus it has that bladed weapon. I love bladed weapons.
The GN sword, I think, is one of the coolest weapons of all time.
Yeah, I just prefer bladed weapons over beam weaponry.
Yeah.
So, I just like the overall design of the Exia, so I would put it up there too. 00 Riser, not too fan of finicky looking units, so I would just also put it on the nice category.
Okay.
I have 00 Riser here too. Looks nice.
Yeah, it's a very good shelf kit. Yeah.
The 00 Quanta, it's okay. It looks underwhelming for me. It doesn't look as powerful as the 00 Quanta. In fact, I feel like the Exia Repair 3 has, you know, looks better in terms of like overall aesthetics than the 00 Quanta. It looks more powerful. Personally, it's okay. It's underwhelming, but I can see people like it because it has those really cool green blades and all that.
Yeah. And like what made me really like the Quanta, I'd say, was the gimmick it has with its sword. How the sword can combine with the bits to make like an even bigger sword.
Yeah.
I found that super cool. The first time they unveiled that gimmick with the high grade, I believe that's how they introduced that gimmick. They showed that the high grade can do it, and I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. So yeah, we're done with Setsuna FCA's mobile suits. However, it doesn't stop there with Gundam 00, because I want to talk about Gundam Build Divers. and what it did to Double O.
Okay.
Okay, Double O Diver, trash tier. What I don't like about the design, it's not too different from the Double O. It's just, they just forced a design into it to make it look different. But it only becomes different when they give it the Ace Pack.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I don't like about the design. It's like they just forced it to be different. It's not really different. Unlike the Build Strike from Build Fighters, which was, I'd say, was different enough from the Strike. Yeah, this one, this Double O Diver, it's not too different. So I would put that in the trash tier. However, the Double O Sky, I'd say would be okay. It's a good design. I just don't think it's good enough to be on the nice tier, but it's a good design. It makes good use of the parts it got from the Destiny. I believe that's the concept. It's a Double O Destiny mashup. And I think, yeah, it did its job. The designer, I think Ebikawa designed this also, if I remember correctly. I think he did a pretty good job in combining the Destiny with the Double O. How about you?
I would put it on the trash design too. I feel like it's
Double
a
O
lazy,
Diver?
Yeah, I feel like a Double O Diver in general, like all of its variations, because I feel like it's such a lazy design.
Yeah.
Like at first glance, if you look at it, you can already tell like, oh, it's just the Destiny and the
Also, the Double O Sky for you was also trash too.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
don't like
Alright,
it.
yeah.
Whereas, you know, with the build burning and the dry burning, kind of makes you curious, like, you know, what's the base form of this?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It looks more complex, even though we know part of it would be probably the burning Gundam or something, and maybe the Force Impulse or something.
Yeah.
But it makes you think.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
'cause
that's true. Like,
because
it was not a lazy design at all.
it's not. But then you can easily tell what the Double O Diver was just because of how it was designed. So I don't really like it. I think that's also the reason why I didn't watch it. I really just didn't like the designs.
Yeah.
It's very ugly, but I mean, hey, Destiny Gundam, Double O Gundam, people like it. So but,
What
you know,
could possibly go wrong?
you go wrong? I think people would like it. Which I guess, yeah, some people liked it, but I think it was just a lazy way to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like the Helios Gundam was done better.
Oh, really? Oh.
Personally, like
Oh,
it's like this
for
much
you.
fucking
Okay.
everything together
Okay.
and just come up with something.
Okay. Okay, personally, if I were to grade the Helios Gundam, I'm sorry. For me, that's a trash tier design. Here's why. Here's why I think it's a trash tier design. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a 13-year-old kid's GBWC entry.
See, to my defense, I didn't say that I would put it on the nice tier. I think that one's I don't like it, but just comparing both.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
I would-
okay. Yeah. That's
Like
fair,
that.
that's fair. In fairness, the parts kind of match, like the unicorn shoulders. Yeah. But like what I don't like about the kit, it's just
It just has more effort, design-wise.
what I don't like about the Helios. Basically, the idea of it is, okay, let's take everything overpowered and put them into one Gundam. Like let's give it Freedom's wings. Let's give it the satellite cannons. Let's give it Destiny's hands. Like what? That's just,
It's the wings that ruined it for me.
It's
Like
the
I
what?
like the body, but I don't like the wings.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. What could have fixed the design was if they gave it a more unique head, because the head is just a Destiny. It's just a Destiny. I wish they customized the head, like gave it a different V-fin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they approached the tri-burning.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to beginning G. Now, a lot of people hate the beginning Gundam, Mecha Guy Kotsu. If you're watching this, no, I'm kidding. Oh wait, no, Mecha Guy Kotsu doesn't hate the beginning design. He just hates the kit. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about the beginning Gundam, which a lot of people hate because it looks like a toy. We get that. Honestly, I would put it on the underrated tier. I just really like how it captures the theme, because what the theme of this is, they made this design to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Gunpla. which is why, in case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of triangles around it. And I really like that about it. It's not just meant to look cool. It's a very artful design to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like how you were seeing it too.
That's also why it has 3 beam sabers. It has 6 beam sabers all in all. But like whenever it uses its beam sabers, it holds 3 of them at once. Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary of Gunpla. And yeah, that's why it uses 3 beam sabers at a time. I would put the beginning Gundam on the underrated. However, the upgrade, the beginning 30, I think is actually really, really nice. So I would put it on the nice category. Yeah, the beginning 3 is basically a more intense looking beginning. How about you? What do you think of the beginning?
I think it's in the trash tier, design-wise.
Okay. I'll have to respect that.
But see, here's... I don't hate the design.
Okay.
But I feel like they could have done better.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
There's some aspects of it that I really like. There's also, I mean, up to now, like, it's still making me want to buy the kit because there's some things about it that I really like that I'd like to incorporate on my customs.
Yeah.
So I really like how they designed the head. I feel like the V-fin just glowing in light is really cool.
Yeah.
I like how it's holding 3 beam sabers, like how Date Masamune is like holding his sword.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I personally don't like how everything is has that rounded proportions. It reminds me of the Atlas Gundam.
Oh, like, yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, like you see how like the Atlas Gundam is busy with all those like rounded proportions.
Okay.
All over its thing. So that's exactly how I'm seeing the beginning Gundam. I like the head. I like the equipment. I don't like how it's toyish. I feel like they could have approached it better.
Yeah.
You know, make it stand out. I mean, it's the very first entry to like the build fighter series. In fact, like series wise, I feel like the way they approached it is more realistic. You know, more realistic than how.
Yeah, that's true.
It had so much potential, but it was lacking something. So design wise, I don't really like it, but I only like some of its sections.
Okay.
I'm putting it on the trash. I don't hate it, but I feel like just putting it in that category because they could have done better.
I get that. How about the beginning 30?
Beginning 30 is like trash. Like it's ugly as fuck.
Oh, okay.
But it has a way better head design than the beginning, in my opinion. I really like the head design of the beginning 30. I've been wanting like the beginning 30 gun because of that head unit. I really like it.
Yeah, it is a very cool head. I agree with that.
It reminds me of how Wing Zero had that pointy cheeks. Yeah. But then the V-fin reminds me of the unicorn, but just has a different aspect to it.
I can see that. Now let's go to what I consider is one of my favorite Gundam series, Gundam Age.
Ooh.
Alright, so for me, the Age one is a masterpiece. Okay, here's why. I have the kit with me right now. This is the Master Grade Age one. What I love about it is how polygonous it is. Like it has like a lot of shapes around it, a lot of polygons around it. And I think Kanetake Bikawa, the designer of this, he used the shapes so well. The different shapes of this design just go so well together. For that, I consider this a masterpiece. Like a lot of people think, oh, it's so boring. It looks so normal. But like, if you look at the details, it's so unique. Like the way it's designed, the way it's built, the way it's drawn, it's so different in a way that works to me. So yeah, Age 1 to me is a masterpiece.
I am on the same boat. I really like the Age 1 design.
Yeah.
I like how the legs were designed.
Oh yeah.
I love
that's the best part, I think. Also,
that's the best part. Like he has that muscular looking, very cubey or polygonic proportions that it has.
Yeah.
So I really love that. I just love everything about it. I love the head design. I think the V fin, or how the V fin is incorporated with its head design, done really well. Kind of reminds me how
Yeah.
the cheek spikes of the Double X was incorporated with.
Oh
with
yeah, that's true.
So-
I can
so
totally
it's-
see the resemblance.
I like the high grade of it. More of like a high grade 1144 guy
Oh, okay,
than
yeah.
the 1 guy. But merch wise, I like the Robot Spirits or the Robot Damashi H1 because it's
Sexy.
It's like it's sexier than if
Ooh,
you can.
yeah.
It has a sexier, lankier proportions than the high grade, and I'm all about the lankiness and slimness of the Gundam. And I think it's the age one really well. So I feel like the age one is up there design wise. Not a lot of people would agree with us since this is all both of our preference. But I feel like
Yeah.
nicely done and a nice homage to the RX-782.
Yeah. I'd argue this is a better homage than the Strike. Yeah.
I can agree. I can agree.
Yeah. Now we're gonna talk about the Age Gundam that I believe is the fan favorite of most people. This is the Age 2. For the Age 2, I actually think I love the Age 2. I'm actually working on an Age 2 costume right now. It's
Oh yeah.
it's right here. It's right here. However, I actually think it's overrated. I think it looks good on paper. It's the sexiest Age Gundam. However, the Age 2 normal, I find the legs too skinny, which is why I prefer the legs of the double bullet. I also don't like the chest. The chest looks too blocky to me. It looks so big. It looks like he's wearing a vest, like a safety vest. But I love the head. I love the arms of it. The skirts also. I love the skirts of the Age 2. I just don't like the chest and the legs. Everyone is saying this is the best Age unit, but I think it's not. I actually like the Age 1 better than the Age 2. But that's just me. That's probably just me.
I agree. But the important part here is it's all about the two of us right now.
Yeah. Like if you guys have your own preferences, you can put down the comments. I'd be happy to read your preferences.
Yeah.
You can also make fun of my taste if you want. Go ahead.
Or we can fight.
Yeah. We can have like a Facebook flame thread about it if you want. Okay.
Hey, it's all preference. Really.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Kay? What do you think of the Age 2?
Ooh, that's hard. H2. But see, H2, they're really marketing H2 right now because of the Build Fighter series.
Yeah. The Magnum.
But as its base design, I think it's nice. I'm not a fan of it, but I can see why people like it. I can't say it's an ugly design. I can't say I hate the design.
Yeah.
I can't really say it's underrated because it's not. It's not really overrated too. So I would put it up there. I would put it as a nice design.
Well, actually, I too would put it on the nice design. I just put it on the overrated just to spice things up. No. Really, like I put it on the overrated is because people say it's the best Age design, but for me, it's not. It's not the best Age design. It's a good Age design, but it's not the best. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I put mine on the overrated. Okay, now let's talk about the Age 3. The Age 3 for me is actually the opposite of the Age 2. I think the Age 3 is underrated. People don't talk about the Age 3 that much, but I think it looks really good.
Get the master grade.
Yeah. Bandai, if you're watching this. Get your shit together, Bandai. Get your shit together.
Such a good design.
Yeah, it is. This is ZZ reimagination done right. For me. Like, this is reimagined ZZ done right. How about you, Kay? What do you think about this design?
I think it's underrated too.
Yeah.
Out of all the three.
Yeah.
I like the design. I actually like it better than the Age 2. I like the bulkiness of it.
Yeah.
I like the homage to Double Zeta.
The proportions of the Age 3 are just right. Like, it's not too thick. It's just the right amount of thick. Right?
Yep, I agree. So I would put it on the nice category as well. Or no, underrated. Sorry, underrated.
Underrated. Yeah, underrated.
More people should appreciate it more.
Yeah,
It's-
guys, you gotta love H3. Okay, after watching this video, go buy an H3. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about the final Age mobile suit, Age FX. Now, Age FX has a lot of mixed opinions. Like some people think it's ugly. Some people love it. I personally like it, especially the chest. I love the chest of the Age FX. That is one really good looking chest to me. I would personally put Age FX on the underrated category. Age FX is a design that I like, but at the same time, I know a lot of people don't like the Age FX, but I completely understand why. It looks like a toy. Like it looks more toyish than all of the other Age units. But I just love how cool it looks. I don't know. The chest looks really cool to me. The legs look really cool to me.
I like the Age FX, but not to a point where I love it. It's one of those things where I can't really shit on it too much because it's a really good design. I just don't like its equipment.
Okay.
I actually just recently bought the Age FX
Oh
kit.
wow! Oh
Yeah.
That's a good kit. That's a good kit. It needs some painting, but it's a good kit.
Yeah. So I like the chest. I like the shoulders. I really love the head design.
Yeah, the head. I'd say it's probably the coolest looking head out of the three Ages. I think the best head is the H3, but like if we're just judging it on how cool it looks, I think the Age FX has the coolest head.
Yeah, I just love the like just the body of this thing. I love the legs. I love everything about it. What I don't like is the equipment.
Oh.
So if it has maybe a better looking backpack, maybe they remove the funnel thingies or the bits, the clear bits. But I mean, I can see why people would like the clear bits. I feel like it would be so much better, and I think it's my love for like simple looking units with the shield and the rifle and the backpack just on me right now. But I feel like if they went with that, then I would appreciate it more. But I'm just not a fan of like busy looking units, and that to me makes it look busy. I would put it on. It's so hard. I want to put it on nice, but I think it's okay. It's the equipment that makes me not like it, but the body itself, I would put it on nice if we're just talking about the body.
Okay.
But since we're considering the whole thing, then I would just put it on the okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, actually, if you want, you can display it with the funnels detached. The high grade comes with a stand for the funnels. So yeah, if you don't like how they look like on a mobile suit, you can just display them separately.
Yeah, I bought the Age FX because I would use the body for like custom projects.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Okay. We're done with Age, and some of you probably want us to go to Build Fighters already, but before that, I want to do the newer Universal Century stuff.
Okay.
Although I just realized Narrative Gundam isn't here. I forgot to put Narrative Gundam. I'd say Narrative Gundam would be okay tier or trash. Like it's okay or trash. Nothing beyond that.
There's nothing spectacular really. It's very underwhelming.
Yeah.
So we just skip that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we skipped that. So, oh my god.
Is that the alarm?
I would like to apologize that the Thunderbolt Gundam is not in this tier list. I forgot to put it on the tier list. But if I were to judge it, I would put it on nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good reimagination of the full armor Gundam.
What I find interesting on Thunderbolt is the grunt suits look more interesting than the Gundams.
Okay, I agree with that. The GMs, the Thunderbolt GMs look so good to me.
My most favorite at the moment on Thunderbolt is the Act guys. Man, that's so
the Act guys. Oh, man, when am I getting kits of those?
Yeah, it makes you appreciate the Act guys even more, which goes back to what I was pointing out with F91.
Yeah.
Because then I hated the Act guys, but then they reintroduced the Act guys on Thunderbolt, which makes me want an act guy.
Yeah.
I feel like
if the bear guy isn't enough to make you want the act guy, maybe Thunderbolt.
right, Thunderbolt will make you want to build five act guys.
Yeah, 5 act guys.
That weren't expecting before. But the Gundams, they're okay.
Yeah.
Atlas.
Okay, yeah. Let's rate Atlas actually. I would put Atlas on the okay tier. I mean, like it's I like how it tries to be unique, but like it doesn't look that cool to me. The kit, they showed how the kit has gimmicks, different things you can do with the backpack. But without the backpack, without those gimmicks, it's just not much to me. What do you think?
I like the railgun on the OVA version because it's more compact. It's not as big as the novel version.
Yeah.
But equipped, I like the idea of the Atlas Gundam. I don't like the proportions of the Atlas Gundam.
Okay.
So I would say it's an okay design. Like, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But it's underwhelming for me.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't have a wow factor for me.
Yeah.
I like
it tried to have a wow factor, tried to be unique. It just didn't work that well.
Yeah, I think the full armor. What's the lead guy's name of the?
E.O. Fleming.
Okay, Fleming's full armor Gundam had more wow factor than the Atlas Gundam, in my opinion.
Now that we're done with Thunderbolt, let's talk about another fan favorite, Unicorn.
Ooh.
The common thing I hear about Unicorn is that it's a good design, but it gets tiring.
I agree.
And I agree with that. So, although I will say that it's a very interesting concept, and I think it was very hard to design this. Like, I can tell Katoki when he was designing this that this was probably one of the highest efforts he's done. One of the greatest efforts he's done in designing a Gundam.
He really wanted that psycho frame gimmick to step up design-wise, right?
Yeah. I would personally put it on the nice tier. It's almost a masterpiece, but like at the same time, I don't know, it gets tiring to look at for me. I don't know. And also kit-wise, if you want to customize the kit, there's not a lot you can do with it. Because it is what it is. So yeah, I put mine on the nice. But like, I'd say it's borderline masterpiece. It's almost a masterpiece.
Yeah. I think, me personally, it gets tiring because they milked it so much.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Almost 10 years ago, when there was just 2 modes, right? The destroy mode and the full armor version.
Yeah.
That was, to me, it's a masterpiece.
I actually like the full armor Unicorn. Like how it just had a bunch of weapons behind it. Some people don't like it because some people think that it's cheap. Like they just put weapons behind it. I get that, but like I think it looks really good. I think it looks so cool.
Should be called fully armed.
Fully armed.
Instead of like full armor, it doesn't have any armors on.
Yeah.
But if we're just focusing on the Unicorn Gundam with its base form with the pink psycho frames, I think it's a very elegant design.
Yeah.
It's really gonna take a lot for me to like an elegant design. So, Katoki was able to manage to get me to like it. So I would put it up there in the masterpiece. It's such a nice design for me.
Yeah, I can agree. Like I almost put mine on the masterpiece. For me, the Unicorn is a borderline masterpiece. It's probably the Gundam that was the hardest to design. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Nichols and Kay from the future. We're back because we forgot to talk about the Xi Gundam, the Kusi Gundam, or the some people would call it the She Gundam. How would you pronounce it, Kay?
After learning how Robert 184 pronounces it, I eventually learned, people in the Japanese community call it the Kusi Gundam, so I just went ahead and have been calling it the Kusi Gundam.
Yeah. Well, Tomino does like some pussy, so Kusi rhymes with pussy. I guess that works. Alright.
Yeah, so we're gonna do 2 versions, right? The OVA version, or the original line art version, and then the Katoki version.
Yes. Well, basically the blue and the white.
I personally do not like the original line art version.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the smaller head. It reminds me of like a cockroach head.
The original line art version is the same one they used in the OVA, more or less, right?
They actually met in the middle.
Okay.
Where a majority of it is leaning more towards the original, but then Katoki still took part in kind of changing it a little bit still.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a new approach on the original line art's design, but it's not like 100% original line art. Yeah, so going back, I just don't like the head design. I think it's very small. The face sculpt of it too is like really small.
You know, the first time I saw that design, you know what was my initial impression? It looks so cute.
It kind of is. It somehow like reminds you of the RG new Gundam.
Yeah.
because of how small the face was.
Yeah.
But,
it's so cute.
I forgave the head, but then the hands, the Mickey Mouse hand is just not something I just appreciate. It reminds me of the Barzam's hands. Like, it's really big.
Oh, I guess it looks good on the Barzam.
Yeah, so I don't really like the Netflix version or the OVA version. So I feel like a lot of the things I hate about it was fixed in the Katoki version. I prefer the Katoki version way better than the first one. Okay. I do hope to do a high grade kit of the Katoki version. That'll be nice.
P Bandai, why not?
Right. Or what I've been hoping for the longest time is that why not they just do a Verka versions
of high grade
in high grade.
That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. Like, imagine high grade Universal Century new Gundam Verka. People would buy that.
Yeah, I would definitely buy it.
In what categories would you put these two designs?
Man, I would put it on the lowest one. It's just a shitty design in my opinion.
Trash?
It's trash, yeah.
How about the Katoki version?
Katoki, it's let's put it on the mid-tier one.
Okay.
I'm not
tier.
I don't like busy-looking units. I think I mentioned that before.
Okay.
And I forgot who designed the Kusi and the Penelope, but the mecha design of that has other mech designs that's really like busy-looking, like edgy-looking, pointy-looking suits.
Okay. I see.
I think Zero Reimer was one of the mechas that he designed, and that one's also like leaning more towards like the pointy, edgy aspect of mecha designs, and I don't really like it. But in a way, some people like that kind of approach on mecha designs, so I don't want to talk shit about it too much. But the Katoki version is decent for me. Like, I would accept that, because it's not as busy looking as the original line art.
I would personally put the movie version on the nice category. Okay, I agree that the head looks cute. It looks cute.
Yeah, it is.
But I just love how overall demonic it looks. Like, I think this captures demonic better than the Barbatos. Not significantly better, but maybe just a little bit better. So
it looks a little bit than the Barbatos.
Yeah, because it's big. It's got these big shoulders.
Plus the pointy antennas also helps.
Yeah. That helps.
Reminds me of Kamen Riders. There's a villain. Kamen Riders, Doras. I think in the Kamen Rider Decade movie, they fought Doras once again.
Okay.
The V-fin of the OVA version reminds me of how Doras looks like.
What I don't like about the Xi Gundam, I don't like how panelly it looks. For example, the shoulders. They look like panels that they just glued there. Super big panels. I'm not a big fan of that.
His arms looks like a normal bicep, but then it's sandwiched between those big, nacho chip looking pieces.
Yeah, exactly. And they look like nacho chips. I mean, they don't look bad, but they're kind of hard to take seriously. I think the Katoki I would also put on the nice category. But I would say the Katoki version is more presentable. It doesn't look as menacing as the movie or the original version, but it looks more coherent. It looks more whole. It looks more like a Gundam. Also, have you seen how the the movie version looks like when it's holding its weapons. It kind of looks weird because the weapons look like standard Gundam weapons, a beam rifle and a shield, and then the Gundam is this menacing demonic Gundam. With the Katoki version, it pulls it off better because it looks more like a Gundam, so it can hold the weapons in a way that looks more convincing. That's what I think. So at the end of the day, they're both nice to me, but the Katoki version is a little bit more presentable. Now let's go to build fighters.
Wait, hey, I noticed you have like G-Saviour in there.
Yeah, we're gonna save the best for last. We're gonna save the best for last. The build strike for me is just okay. I mean, you can still tell that it was based on the strike. Like the first time I saw it, when they showed like the teaser poster of Build Fighters, the first time I saw the rough design of the Build Strike from the poster, I could already tell this was based on the strike. I'm putting the Build Strike on the okay category because it looks nice, but like it just doesn't stand out in any way to me. There's nothing too impressive about it. It's basically a strike with the most optimal equipment you can give it. However, the Star Build Strike, on the other hand, is something I would consider a nice design. It just looks so cool to me. How the backpack looks on the Build Strike, it just fits so well. And it makes it look significantly different from the regular Build Strike. I don't know, like I really like the Star Build Strike. Okay, how about you?
I'm gonna put the Build Strike on the trash category, not because I'm hating on it. Don't get me wrong though, like it's okay, it's an okay design, but I'm putting it on the trash category mainly because I feel like kind of like the build, the Double O Diver. It's such a lazy design. It could have been better, which they did, you know, with the Star Build Strike being way better than the Build Strike. So I would put the Build Strike on the trash category because it looks very underwhelming. It doesn't have a grand, really like that grand design, kind of like how the Build Burning, you know, debuted on the series. So cool when you first saw the Build Burning, and then you see the Build Strike, like, oh, Strike Gundam, like
it's like Strike Gundam, new shoulders, new backpack, new head.
Build Strike, I love the new equipment, love the added white on the shoulders.
On the Star Build Strike.
Star Build Strike, so I would put the Star Build Strike in an okay category. I mean, I can't say I hate it, but I don't love it. But it's definitely a notch better than the Build Strike.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so you mentioned a while ago you were talking about the Build Burning. Now let's talk about the Build Burning. I actually really like the Build Burning. It's a really good design to me. I would put the Build Burning on the nice category.
Okay.
Would you say the same?
No, actually, I would have a different opinion on it now that I'm rethinking my answer here.
Okay.
But, do you want to go first, or do you want to?
I'm gonna just say my opinion on the entire Burning series.
Okay.
And then you can follow it up. Here's what I think. The Build Burning is a very good design. It looks unique. Like what you said a while ago, you don't know what it's based on. Like, is it based on the Impulse? Is it based on the God Gundam? It looks like an actual Gunpla costume made by a professional. And that's what it was. That's what it was supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah, that was what it was supposed to be in the show. Yeah, that's what I loved about it. However, the Tri Burning for me is overrated. People say it's cooler than the Build Burning, but no, for me it's a sabotage Build Burning. The Build Burning already looks nice, and then you make the Tri Burning. It doesn't look any better. It doesn't look I don't know, that's probably just me. It looks more powerful, but it doesn't look as coherent as the Build Burning to me. And lastly, the Kamiki Burning I think is a trash tier design. It just looks so bad. The proportions look so weird. Like, it looks so tubey. It has a very tube-based design, but it doesn't look sexy. It's a very roundy design, but not curvy. It has curves, but like they don't look sexy. And the head just looks stupid also. Yeah, that's what I think about the entire Burning series. Yeah, the Build Burning is good, the Tri Burning is overrated, the Kamiki Burning is just trash. Like the show. I'm kidding, yeah.
I like both the build burning and the try burning. I like the try burning better, just
Yeah.
because of the improved shoulders.
Oh, okay.
Like
what
the,
tier would that be for you?
It just would be an okay. I don't love it, but
Okay.
it's I can't say it's ugly. You know?
Okay, so both the try and the build for you are okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay.
But
But
the Kamiki burning though, yeah, we'll put it in the trash tier.
yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it. I just don't like it. It would be cool though if the try burning had that little sword thing on its back.
I kind of get the vibe they were trying to make it look like a samurai. Like, I guess like how the Shining Gundam and the God Gundam were supposed to be samurais. They kind of wanted the Kamiki burning to go that same route. Yeah.
Yeah, it's underwhelming.
Yeah. Okay, we're done with that. Now let's talk about Reconquista. G-Reco, the G self. Okay, lots of mixed opinions about the design. I really like it. Masterpiece for me. Honestly. Masterpiece design. The details just go so well together. And like, it's also the same reason I like Exia. It's a good mix between straight lines and curved lines. Yeah, it's the same reason I like Exia. On top of that, it's very unique, but very well done at the same time. It's very unique, but it looks very coherent. Oh, you're getting a kit?
No, I was just
Oh,
saying.
oh, that's cute. Actually, wait. Actually, I think I have mine here as well.
Mine's the robot Damashi. Or robot.
That's really
it's,
good. That's really
G-
good. The robot Damashi G self is really good. This is mine. This is the high. It's a
I
painted
like
high
what you
grade.
did with the shield.
What?
I like what you did with the shield.
Thank you. This won me a contest. This won me the mid-year competition GMKC, third place in the youth category. Not bad.
I like the G self too. I would put it on the masterpiece category too.
Yeah. It's such a really good design. I don't know.
It's one of those elegant designs that I appreciate. I think people are shitting on it because it's a shitty show it's part of a shitty show that's kind of like felt rushed, and it's just...
My opinion in the show, it's really sad because the story is really good. It's actually really good, but then the directing is really rushed. It's the kind of show where you have to watch the episode twice for you to understand what's going on.
It felt rushed.
Yeah, and
If they keep the pace down, then people would appreciate it more.
yeah.
But design-wise, though, I really like the clear parts it has.
Oh yeah, the blue.
I like the blue parts. I'm a fan of like incorporated horns or spikes on the head.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
that's what I like. The H1's head design. I like the Turn A's head design. I like the Double X's, spike.
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
I just like how the G Sub's head was designed. And I
Also,
feel
you
it-
like the Turna's head.
I like the Turn A's head. I mean, like I said before, like it grew on me. At first, I hated it, but then
Oh, okay.
it just
Alright.
grew on me.
Okay.
But the G Self though, it didn't grow on me. The first time I saw it, like, oh, that is a really cool.
Same.
I
Like, I
like-
really like the G Self like the first time I saw it.
And then if we get that master grade, of
Yeah.
that,
Okay. Again, Bandai. If you're watching this again, Bandai, we've been waiting for 3 years. Am I right?
I think so. So if
I've
we get
lost
a
count.
master grade of it, people will like it more. Because they're gonna be introduced to it. But yeah, I like it. This is a gift from a friend. I
Oh.
really like it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a very good-looking rendition of the G Self, the robot Damashi,
It has a better looking head
in the high
and
grade.
slightly different proportions.
Yeah. I do know though that they made a G-Reco movie, a compilation movie. I don't know if they fixed the problem, but hopefully they did. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're done with G-Reco. We both gave G-Self a masterpiece rating, which I think it truly deserves. Now let's move on to Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Ooh.
Okay. Shout out to Diego.
Ooh. Forrest.
Shout out to Forrest Diego. If you're watching this, you're probably gonna hate us, but it's fine. The normal Barbatos is okay. Like it's a good looking design. It was very interesting the first time they unveiled it. However, it just looks so incomplete to me, which makes sense. It makes sense that it looks incomplete. It looked like an incomplete Gundam to me. And then Lupus, I'd say, is on the nice category. It's the perfect Barbatos. It's Barbatos perfected. Although I might prefer the weapons of the original Barbatos more, like the mace. Like I really like that. That was a really cool weapon. Like the club. And lastly, Rex, I would say is... I'm putting mine on the trash tier, but it's mostly because it looks good in some renditions, but not all renditions. Like, I'd say none of the model kits got it right, but the robot Damashi got it right.
Oh, the one that just recently
looks good as a robot Damashi, but everything else, it doesn't look good. And,
I can see that.
Yeah. But like, I do still appreciate it. It's an interesting take on like a beast Gundam. What rating would you give the three Barbatoses?
The first one would be an okay tier, just because it looks underwhelming. I mean, that's what its purpose was.
Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Lupus would be on the nice category.
Okay.
I love the equipment of it.
Yeah.
There's some things I don't like about it. I personally do not like the side skirts. I feel like it's too long. It looks too busy. I love the Rex. I really love the Rex.
Oh, you like the Rex? Okay.
Yeah, I love the wild proportions of it. You know, like you said, like it has that beastly proportions where it's supposed to look like
a monster,
like a wolf, you know, a monster wolf or something.
Yeah.
I enjoy that particular design, but I wouldn't call it a masterpiece. Like, if I'm being biased, I will, because I just like that design. So I like the large arms.
Okay.
But I'll just put it on the nice category too.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like how menacing it looks in the show.
I agree. It does look. It looked very cool in the show.
Yeah, it looks really powerful on the show. But if we compare it to other things, we all know the other guns will just shit on it, right?
Yeah.
But in that show, and that's also why I don't like comparing Gundams, you know, from different universes, because
they follow different standards.
Yeah, the Barbados is strong in its universe because it's just a really wild, and then the pilot's like really wild too. So, I would just include it. It's borderline masterpiece for me because it's such a unique design where it's in between humanoids and beastly proportions.
All right.
Something that has never done before in the Gundam franchise, right?
I can see that. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Rex shouldn't be in the trash for me. I'll move mine up to okay. Yeah, because now that I think about it, it did look really cool in the show.
Like, we don't get a lot of like Berserker units.
Yeah.
About it.
The reason why I don't want to give it a high rating is because I'm not sure if it deserves to be on top of Lupus.
See, that's the debate I'm trying to do, because overall, design-wise, I think Lupus is better.
Yeah.
I have to pick one. I was like, I really love the beast proportions of the Rex. I love the large arms and all that. I love the feet design. That's why.
Oh yeah, it's a good.
But as a Gundam, as a Gundam, I think the Lupus design would be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I'm going with Berserker approach, wild approach, beastly approach, Rex has that going better.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Now we have last two. Let's talk about the core Gundam. When I say core Gundam, I mean like all of its variants collectively. The first time I saw the Earth 3, which is like the main form of the core Gundam, I honestly didn't like it. The impression I got was that, oh, this is just another toy. This is designed to be a toy. And that's all it is. It's just a toy. But then, I really like the Season 2 forms of it better. Because like the Season 2 forms look bulkier, look thicker. They look more like a mobile suit. I guess core Gundam in general, I'd say, would be okay.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Like, I can see why people like it. I can't say those are bad designs, but personally I don't like them, so I'm just gonna put it on okay.
Okay.
My favorite form though would be that white one. I forgot.
Oh, the Jupiter, I think.
Yeah, Jupiter. Yeah, that's my most favorite.
The one that looks like, oh yeah, because you're such a big fan of GP01, and then that's basically GP01 the form.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that.
My favorite would be the Uraven.
Uraven is nice.
Uraven. I'm not sure how to pronounce.
There's another one. There's the orange one.
Oh yeah, the Saturn X. Saturn X.
Yeah, that one's nice too.
What I like about the Saturn X, that was designed to fight IBO Gundams.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah. That was designed to fight IBO Gundams, which I find really cool. It's a Barbatos killer.
Yeah, because it has blunt weapons, and I can see that.
Yeah.
I've never seen it because it just didn't entice. The series didn't really entice me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the online gaming aspect of it.
Yeah. And the story of Build Diver Season 2 got really weird. It became serious.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like that though. They liked how it became serious, but I didn't like it. It didn't make sense to me.
Online?
Yeah. The core Gundam, I guess it's a very variation-based design. It's something that both Kay and I put on the okay tier, but as we mentioned, we have like our favorite forms of the core Gundam. I guess if I were to put Uraven and Saturn X on their own tiers, I would put them on the nice tier. But like if we're talking just the general core Gundam, all his forms in general, I would say it's just okay. Alright, now to the final one. You know what they say, save the best for last. We have the G-Saviour.
Woo!
This is hard for me, honestly.
Oh, I have an easy answer for that.
Okay. I think it's actually a good design, minus the fact that it looks incomplete. Because it doesn't have like thigh armor. It's an incomplete Gundam. I know it has like a completed form. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, it has several forms.
But if we're talking about his completed form, I would put him in the nice tier. Actually.
Personally, I feel like it's up there with the F91. I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of it being an F91 successor, but it's not.
Okay, yeah, I can totally see that. I can actually really see that.
I mean, if they do a better version of the high grade, people would love it because it's such a good design. Like, look at that. Design wise, I really like it. I would put it on the nice category.
Mm-hmm.
I think just people just shit on it too much because of how
bad
stupid
G-Saviour was.
Yeah, but we it again, do it again, Bandai,
Make an anime, make a G-Saviour anime.
Right. Reintroduce people to the, give it a new fan base, and we should be able to get a better looking kid because the design is such a waste. It's such a good design, but it's not getting the love it deserves. So I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna put it on the underrated design because not a lot of people appreciate it.
Oh, underrated. Okay.
Yeah. Because I really like the design
of
totally
that. See that.
I feel like it can pass as a successor to F91 just by looking at the design.
Do you have the old kit?
No, but I used to have the game for PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. All right, so there you have it, folks. These are our tier lists. Who has the shittier taste? I don't know. But
you guys internally.
If you guys want to share your taste with us, let us know in the comments section down below. If you want to start a fight, go ahead. Whatever.
Let's fight.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I might not reply. I might be too busy. But if I have the time, I'll try to find time. Hey, is there anything you want to say before we end this video?
No, well, just a little bit. I mean, all these are just all personal preferences. I can still understand why people love what they love, right? I can see why people would hate it. So we just made this list so that, you get to know the two of us. You get to see Nichols' preference when it comes to design. You get to see how I'm seeing design.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. Thank you for inviting me here. I know, when the year started, or I don't know, we started rough.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you inviting me. I'm
Yeah,
glad
no,
we're
no.
friends.
It's like, for those who don't know, Kay and I actually had a little fight before. It's like an anime story. It's like an anime friendship. Like you know, Goku and Vegeta used to fight each other, but now they're buddies now. Yeah, it's like that. It's an anime friendship.
But yeah, I'm glad, I get to meet more people in the community.
Yeah. This is very fun, and like you guys should do things like this. You know, talk to your friends, make tier lists with your friends. It's a very fun way of bonding.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna try to make more content like this if you like. So let me know. Let me know if you like seeing more content like this. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Have a good day or a good week or a good year.